2024 BMX qualifiers. We saw the 24th edition of this insane event get underway earlier today with some mental skateboard qualifiers, and we're expecting the BMXers to hit the ground running and bring the heat this afternoon as well. I'm James Threlfall, and I'm buzzing to say that joining me in the booth today is BMX royalty, Mr. Baz Keep. Man, how are you doing? Welcome.
Absolutely stoked to be here. Some of my favourite riders from all over the world are here. And we've got a really special course, haven't we? We've got
a really special
big transitions, street sections, and we've got Garrett Reynolds here.
Yeah, absolutely. Give the viewers a wave. We are live and direct to you right now. I think for me, man, the big thing is that we've got a jump box back, right? Like, we've got some big transfer lines. It's going to be real transition heavy, I think.
It's going to be really interesting. You've got a very good mix of street and ramp, but the course is tight. You know, it's tight, it's fast, it's one way. Ramps are going to come at you fast.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the contest format on screen at the moment. We've got 12 heats with 4 riders in each. They're going to get 2 one-minute runs. Now, the really important thing here is that both runs count. That is the big difference from today to tomorrow's finals. In the finals, it's going to be best run, but in the qualifiers, both runs count. So we saw in the skating earlier that was really kind of hard to work with. Some people getting really consistent first runs might fall in their second, and it would hurt them a little bit. So the BMXers, we're going to have to see kind of what they pull out. Are there any in particular that you're looking to kind of like tip as your prediction, maybe, do you think, Baz? Or like,
I mean, we've got Boyd Hilda here, he's won it 4 times. We've got Garrett Reynolds here, he's won it 4 times also. So actually, no, I think Boyd's won it 3 times, hasn't he?
Won it 3,
he's going for his 4th,
yeah.
So that's an interesting competition in itself. But like I said, the course is tight. It's tight and you can't hide. And, you know, if you're trying to just stay on the rails, then it's not going to work. You're going to need to learn to hit everything, find the lines, learn the geography of the skate park, and try to be consistent across the whole course.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, kicking it off, we've got Marek Beliak from Lithuania, we've got Ernest Sulks from Latvia, Kurt Petersel from Estonia, and Tauno Krutz from Estonia as well. Kicking off with some more of the local riders. They're going to be getting heat number 1 going for us today. And this, it's kind of like, it's quite a tight course, isn't it? It's smaller. It's probably the smallest simple session course that we've been on. But we saw in the skating earlier as well, like that it's very fast. It means that you're hitting obstacle after obstacle, and the BMXers are going to be going faster than the skaters, right? So I feel like this is going to be a lot crammed into each run right here.
Absolutely. It's kind of a one-way course. Usually at simple session we have that big course and riders can zigzag in and out and find their own line. But here you're going to have to just go back and forth, and so you're going to have to really dig deep to find that creativity.
Well, Marek is in. 60 seconds on the clock. A little turn down to kick things off.
Just missing the pedals on that switch. Tail whip on the quarter.
Nice bars. Another bars on the quarter pipe.
All the other competitors will be closely watching these first few runs to kind of find the trend and how riders are going about their run. Closely watching the time.
I think this is it, because there's like a real fine balance as well between not wanting to be the person to go first, because obviously you are the first one out, you're feeling all the pressure and you haven't really seen anyone else, but later on you end up feeling the pressure of going, actually I've seen 40 odd riders kill it now and I need to do the same. Everyone's expecting me to level it up, like how am I going to do that? Marek doing the hard job of kicking it off for us, coming out of Lithuania, like I say, often compared to Stevie Churchill. Always got a smile on his face, doing it for Par BMX. And we hand over to Ernest Sulks from Latvia. First straight simple session back in 2014 and broke his forks on one of his runs. And that was basically it for his whole experience. Hoping that doesn't happen today. He's an all-round shredder. And his 60 seconds are getting going. Wow, big tuck no-hander over the box to get things going.
Beautifully stretched no-hander, holding his hands off, just looping out on the opposite ice grind. You can see here that once you slow down, it's going to be very difficult to pick speed back up and hit those bigger ramps.
Ernest, the guy managing to like open up with that big tuck no-hander and then T-bog on the quarter, but then switch it up into the streets, which is, well, I say the streets, like street elements of the park. I think that's what it's going to take today to win, right? Is to be someone that is versatile. You can't really ride one thing in this park. You need to be hitting everything.
Yeah, and you know, once you roll in on those big sections, you're going to have so much speed for the smaller rails that you almost want to get the big tricks and the big airs, the box jump tricks and the quarter pipe tricks done in the first half of your run. And then as your run slows down, you end up in the middle section doing some of the more tech lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even kind of just dropping in and going for the rails. With the quarters as big as they are, you're hitting it with so much speed. So you've kind of got to be technical, like you say, like you've got to be strategic with it in terms of when you get those street elements in. If you're someone that, like you mentioned, Boyd Hilder is going to be flying around this course, you've got to figure out when you get those rail elements in so that you keep the momentum up and don't kind of lose it. It's definitely some strategy involved in the runs this weekend. Kurt Petersell, though, the Estonian beast coming in, 35 years old, hits the park with full speed every time. Big 3 slight over rotation on that as well. Making it happen, though.
That's a big wall ride, that one.
You kind of have to stand next to it to really appreciate just how big that is.
Embracing the entire course. Huge wall ride over that sub box.
Still 30 seconds left. And that's kind of the crazy thing about this course, because I feel like you can get so much done that you're like, oh, you're only halfway through, like, and that's the mad thing. It's so compact that you can cram so much into your run if you're creative. Heading to flat on that roll-in, but still just about making it happen. Boosting that transfer from the quarter to the flat bank as well.
Beautiful wall ride, just dabbing his foot as he pulled off of that.
And that is going to be time for Kurt Petersell.
Definitely a crowd pleaser.
And worth mentioning as well, we are checking the live chat on the X Games YouTube live stream and the Simple Session YouTube live stream. So let us know where you're watching from right now. We had people from all over the world in the skating this morning. We'd love to know where you're at right now. Some familiar faces in there already, some new faces too. Let us know where you're at. Let us know what time it is where you're watching as well. There's some people with us in the middle of the night in New Zealand right now. But right now it's Tauno Kreutz in for his first run. Won the 2019 and 2020 Road to Simple Session contest. Super Tech. He's kind of known as like the Estonian king of manuals. And he's also local to Tartu as well, so he's a bit of a hometown hero for this contest. If you didn't already know, we are not in Tallinn this year. We are back in the home of Simple Session.
Beautiful bar spin to double peg stall on that sub box. Bar ice. Just losing a little bit of steam towards the end of his run.
Is this kind of what you were meaning, though, in terms of like the fact that when you want to go for these street obstacles, you are going to have to slow it down a little bit and take the sting out of a run a little bit, or?
That's why it's interesting watching the first few guys go and how they deal with the entire run, because in actual fact, it's a long time out there.
Yes,
the courses that are small are actually more difficult to ride than the big courses.
I think that's it, because usually in the Saka Arena, which lots of people kind of associate as being like Simple Session, you know, a minute on there can feel like, how am I going to get between all the obstacles in that time? Where this is like, I've got like 6 or 7 runs back and forth across the park in a minute if I want, you know?
Yeah, and you've got to plan for that. If you don't plan for that, you're going to look lost out there. And the top guys will know that. They'll be thinking deeply about how they can maximize the full 60 seconds.
And we're going back to the top of the bill now. Quick shout out to Brandon, locked in Orlando right now. Larry Jimbob is in West Country, UK, drinking cider. Beautiful. That's what we like to hear. Someone else watching in Latvia right now, not too far away, 8:39 a.m. for Tafzel in Costa Rica. Good morning, my friends. Welcome. As Marek opens up with the fire.
There's a nice opposite down whip into that quarter pipe from the sub box. There's that opposite tooth hanger. Switch down whip.
Oh, really throwing that 5 just kind of slightly off axis.
Super hard to crash in the middle of your run and get back up and find the momentum again to carry on, especially on a course that has big quarters and big box jumps. There's that truck driver.
Love a truck driver. I feel like as well the judges today seem to be really enjoying kind of quality over quantity as well, so kind of ignoring the bails a little bit more and really kind of appreciating just the good tricks that you throw down. So I feel although Marek's had a couple of falls, the bits that he's got in there that have been strong, he will be rewarded for that. Seems happy as well, 2 solid runs.
Good to finish with a solid bunny hop opposite down whip into the bank. He'll be happy with that.
Got AK lurking to the side there as well, a bit of a simple session legend nowadays. And he's coming up a little bit later on for you. AK in jam number 9. But right now we're back to Ernest Sulks. There's that big tuck no-hander again. And the T-bog on the Red Bull quarter.
There's that opposite ice pick. In his first run, he looped out on that, unfortunately. Beautiful tyre ride to tuck no-hander. Super difficult to ride up a round rail, double tired.
But then to be able to as well have the control, to be that precise on the rail, and then have the pop to throw a tuck no-hander, right? Like, wow.
This is a good run. So unfortunate to come off on the rainbow rail.
Whoa, just missing the foot jam up there as well.
Just eased off from the throttle a little bit towards the end of his run. Unfortunate because the first third was perfect.
Certainly better than his first simple session experience though, where we were talking about his forks breaking on one of his runs. He got the both runs done today, so that's decent.
Not the most comforting experience.
No, I can imagine. Kurt Petersell looking ready to come back in. Representing Tallinn, Estonia. Huge air, oh my words.
The bone deaf rider will be looking to land flat somewhere, I guarantee it, as he pops on top of the sub box. Huge 360.
Oh, to flat. That was heavy, I think.
He's got some wounds to show for it, I think.
Maybe knocking his nose on his bars, coming back down there. I think he's thinking he might have broken his nose, but he's going to take his final 30 seconds regardless. This guy's a beast.
You really get a sense now for how long the run is, right?
Yeah.
Still got 25 seconds after that.
That is huge as well.
Big Ruben wall ride. He's left some blood on the course out there.
Gnarly. Look at this. Literally blood rolling out of his nose. He's going for it. He's looking for something big to finish.
I think he was going over the sub box to the wall ride and pulling right off into the flat bank.
Wild. And that right there, I think might be a broken nose, and he's just made it happen. So maybe a little trip to the medics after that, but unbelievable. This is the thing where you see sports where the players go down, roll around and stuff. Nah, not Kurt. Probably breaks his nose, doing a 3-in, kind of taking it to flat, and then just finishes the run. 30 seconds anyway. Let's get it done. Love that. Good work, Kurt.
A hard-fought performance.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming in as our final rider of Jam 1, Torno Krutz, local guy from Tartu. Placed 17th at Simple Session 2022. Best Estonian at Simple Session that year. Wanting to replicate Best Estonian again this year, I'm sure.
Some good energy to the second run. Can you keep it up? There's that bar pegs. As he slows down into the rail section, there's the tail whip.
Switch whip in 30 seconds.
High speed grind down the box. Just lost a little bit of steam towards the end of his run. There's that 360 tooth.
This is the thing, I think if you slow down the speed like that, you really need to then bring the tech to kind of counterbalance that, which is what he's trying to do, to be fair to him, so maybe a calculated risk. Sweet, double peg taking that back into fakie. And he's happy with that, despite a couple of falls. Well, he's smiling and shaking his head. I'm getting mixed messages from Torno.
I think it was a lot better than his first run.
Yeah.
Often the riders will improve by learning a lot from that first hit.
Let's check out some of the highlights. Baz, talk us through this. Marek.
Big truck driver. There's that switch tail whip into the transition. And there's that switch tooth hanger. Truck driver back down into the course. A lot of switch whips. And there's that perfectly executed tuck no-hander. Had a lot of style about him. There's that switch ice. Saw him crash that on the first run where he looped out. I love that 360, completely out of control.
Yeah.
And this air was just excellent. Look at that. Nosedive table. Bone deaf style all the way. Hessed out. And look at this. Pulls around into that Ruben wall ride. Gets it in his second run.
Super creative.
Just caught the frame there on that tail whip. And that taking on that scary wall ride over the driveway. Has a big deck on it, that.
And there we go, getting a little bit tech to finish it off as well. Sending shouts to Kevin, who is locked in San Diego. It's nearly 8 a.m. there now. Hope you're enjoying some cereal or whatever you're having watching Simple Session this year, Kevin. Shouts to Pat in Quebec as well. And Sven says, love Simple Session. Can I get a shout out to Oliver Rule and the kids? Well, there we go. You made it happen, Sven. Big love to you. If you want to shout, get on into the live chats on the Simple Session YouTube live stream or on the X Games YouTube as well. And there you see as well, for the first time, our BMX judges for today. The legends that are Bart de Jong, Marcus Wilk, and Tom Sillins. So there we go, our first scores from Jam number 1. Torno Kreutz coming in with a 57.66. Ernest Sulks with a 52.66. Marek Beliak with a 50.33. And the crowd favourite, I'd say, Kurt Petersell, absolutely sending it, getting a score of 44.66. Big way to kick it off, right, Baz?
Yeah, and it's interesting for the judges. They're having to really figure out how they're going to score the whole contest with that first group. And obviously, with it being usually a predominantly street contest with the way the course was last year, and to get here and the box jump being on the course and the bigger quarters, I think it's caught a few guys off guard.
Yeah,
so.
It's a big switch up, right? Big switch up. Sim Savic is absolutely buzzing for this one, though, to kick off Jam 2, alongside Alexander Sideris, Ron Artacork, and Felipe Manarim. Sim's in for his 60-second run.
I love that one-footed X up to Can-Can, Mike Aitken style. One-handed X. Appreciating the old school tricks.
Sim as well, another local from Tartu, actually super into downhill. Loves downhill, but also just rides freestyle too. Just jumps on, because, you know, why not have more than one bike, you know? Like.
You know what, if you can ride BMX, downhill starts to feel just super fun because of the suspension.
Yeah, I bet.
so much more forgiving than the sort of rigid BMX bikes.
Sim already picking up extra points for the amazing salmon pants he's got onto. 10 seconds left. He's really linking this course together well.
Looks like a well thought out run.
And he is absolutely amped from that as well. Just 18 years old, doing it for fun times racing. The crowd liking that too, hitting that with a lot of speed. And handing over now to the Swiss rider, doing it for first degree, coming out of Geneva. He's a national champion in Switzerland in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Hoping he can do something special here at Simple Session 2024.
Had the pleasure of seeing him ride the bowl yesterday in Tartu. Amazing rider, huge tabletops. He starts off his run at the top of the course in this true Drew Bezanson style. Truck driver backwards over the box. Look at that, huge flare.
It's definitely one way to catch the eye of the judges, just come in and go a couple of foot higher than anyone has gone before you.
And throwing a turn down out of that scary wall ride. Definitely making a statement. Look at that, opposite whip up onto the big box. Nice original lines. Still got 19 seconds.
Shout out as well to Andy Zeiss. You can probably hear him in the background, legend that is, announcing on the course today. Trying to squeeze in something quick if he can. Beautiful. Great first run for Alexander Sideris.
Had a bit of everything. It was fast-paced, well thought out, big tricks, original tricks.
See if he can back it up in run number 2. Both runs count.
Always a good feeling to get that first run out of the way, especially when everything goes to plan.
Stephen Woodward's in the chat saying, Baz Keep, legend.
I appreciate that, Stephen.
Ron Artercook back in for run number 2.
Just got a little bit caught up in that tail whip.
In fact, I lie. It's his first run. I don't know where I've been.
How did he pull that one?
Just about avoiding the top of that rail as well.
Nice big 360 back down into the course from that Sabrosa kicker. There's that double peg hard way.
See, what are you thinking here, Baz? Because speed is definitely slower on this, but tech making up for it, right?
Yeah, I like his style on this middle section. He's got some original tricks and he's enjoying himself and he's pulled most of it. There's that bar fakie. So difficult to do it under pressure. You know, you have a run thought out carefully in your head. It all seems to go out the window when you get there and the crowd are cheering.
Crazy thing with him as well is he actually qualified as part of the Simple Session 24 Street Jam that we held here in Tartu just a couple of days ago. So until then, he didn't actually know he was going to be riding this contest at all. So he's had to cram in his practice to put together a line and making it work.
You've got to love that, the spirit of the Simple Session.
Yeah, absolutely. Felipe Manarin from Brazil, 25 years old, coming in right now. Massive can-can on the quarter to kick it off.
Huge 720 dipped. Had a good conversation with this kid yesterday. He said to me he likes to ride everything. Always good to hear. Look at that, huge 540 air, way out the top of the coping.
It's a bit of an all-terrain rider as well. Good mates with Kevin Peraza. I mean, when you're riding with people like that, it's only going to do your own riding good things, right?
Absolutely, a thrilling start to his run. You can see as he's lost the momentum for the big section, he's definitely got an answer for these technical rails in the middle of the course. As he picks up speed again and heads towards the box with a truck driver. Ryder's always looking to finish with a banger. Look at that, big 360 over the central section.
He'd really thought that out as well. Made sure everything was in time, knew exactly where he was at. You heard Andy counting him down, and he was like, I know where I'm at, man, it's all good. Buzzing on that run, amazing. Felipe Manarim doing Brazil proud out here, repping Vans, DRB Bikes, Dream BMX as well. And we go back to the top of the bill for the 18-year-old from Tartu. Local guy. Like we were saying earlier, absolutely loves downhill, but rides freestyle BMX as well for fun.
The riders that ride for fun always end up progressing faster than the guys that ride for the money, you know? This guy looks like he's having a great time. I love those turndowns. He really cranks them in. Anyone that can do a crank turn-down gains a lot of respect from bike riders that have ridden for a long time. Love that fast climb to Kangam. There's that 270 bar to Smith.
Oh, just slipping there. That's right, 45 seconds of great riding so far, and he's managed to kind of keep his speed and get back into it. Hasn't killed his line. So we'll get the chance to come in and have probably one more, which he's going to take to the box.
I love that. Peg crab to one-footed X.
And he's absolutely loving it, just vibing with being out here, is Sims. Incredible.
In a world of sort of triple whips and double backs, it's good to see riders using the can-can and the one-foot X-ups.
Do you think the judges will appreciate that as well, doing something just like a little bit different?
Absolutely, yeah. They'll be taking note of all those little intricate tricks. Everything that's done in a unique way is noted down for sure. As he starts from the very top of the course, the biggest part we have here in Tartu.
Way to turn heads. It's funny, you say it is just a very Drew Besançon vibe, isn't it? To start from the highest thing you can. I always felt like that when, you know, you're looking for where Drew's going to start from. It's like, is it going to be up there, up there? Sending big love to Drew. If you're joining watching, Simple Session legend, of course. 5-time winner.
He looked like he wanted a little bit more on the drop, though. Perhaps a bar spin or a tail whip. Big wall ride over the sub box. He's kept his speed. I really enjoy that down whip up onto the box. Bar spin off. 360 dipped backwards over the box jump. There's that nice, huge flare.
Textbook.
30 seconds, Alex, 30 seconds.
So surprised to see he still had 25 seconds then. Really asks a lot of you, this course. Like you said earlier, maybe 6 or 7 back-to-back hits. It's a lot to think about for these guys.
Yeah, I need to actually count it out to see kind of what people are getting, because it's compact. You can fit a lot in if you hustle and really kind of like get strategic about it. And there we go, that is run number 2 for Alexandre Sideris. Coming out of Switzerland, doing Geneva proud. And repping First Degree, Key Bike, 888 and FG BMX. And we hand straight over to Estonia's Ron Artakort, coming out of Elva. Like I was saying just before, earned his place here in the Street Jam just a couple of days ago. Has had to shift plans around, I'm sure, to make sure he can ride today.
Nice pegs to bar spin. Bar spin manual, bar spin out. Very difficult to do that during a contest run. There's that pegs across the flat section, hard way 180ing out. Love that pickup bar spin, crank flip. Using the free coaster. So unfortunate. It was a clean run up to that point.
Yeah, it's looking good. It has killed his run a little bit, but he's pedaling to try and hustle and get back in there.
15 seconds.
Just kind of not getting the pop on the half cab 5.
And that is time for run Arta Corp. Just one rider still to go. And he killed it in run number 1, hoping to replicate that here. It's kind of hard to be one of the guys in the earlier jams and set that score that you hope is going to be in final contention, you know? You've got a long time to wait.
Yeah, you have to do a lot. You have to make a big impression, that's for sure.
Nearly 50 riders in today. And if you're in the first 8, that's a long time to wait to see if you've made the final 15 that we're taking through to tomorrow. And he's back in, look at that!
720 bar spin. He's got the height, he's got the speed, he certainly has the tricks. Look at that, 540 bar spin to turn down.
Really staking his claim. Showing what he's about, showing his intention. He wants to be in tomorrow in that final 15. He's doing a good job to try and get a score, to get himself in there, whipping over the transfer there from bank to bank over the rail.
I like the way he's slowed down now, and he's definitely got tricks in the bag on this central section on the rails.
Showing he can ride both, getting those points in for Yusuf Park.
Just needs to finish strong here. There's that opposite tooth hanger and the foot jam fakie. Can he pull the roll back? There you go, a full pull.
2 great runs from Felipe Manarim. Absolutely wild.
Very impressed with the Brazilian.
Is this going to be our new leader, Baz, do you think, Felipe?
Definitely think he did enough.
I believe so. But will it be enough to make the final 15? Felipe has the chance to go and grab a bite to eat, maybe a beer if he fancies, and sit and see if he's in that final 15. But let's take a look at some of the highlights, starting off with Sim Savic. Talk us through this, Baz.
I just love those 1 foot extra can-cans, and look at that crank turn down. Just really over 270 that was. I'm impressed with the variety these guys have brought so early on in this qualifying session. There's that nice cranked turn down again. Big over that box jump. And look at that wall ride, cranking the turn down out. It's got a big deck on it, that thing. And that beautiful switch down whip up onto that box. Nice little turnaround flare right at the end of his run. Oh, there was the bar spin from the top of the box. Bar spin to seat grab. I love the double crank flip, the pull-up bar. He looks good on his bike, this guy. Nice short street steed, in full control at all times. And look at that huge dip 720. And I love that 540 bar. Pegs up onto the flat section, going opposite pegs to 180. 720 with a bar spin, improving on his first run. He showed real experience the way he came out in his second run and just, you know, added a few more links and combos to his riding.
And then we take a look at the updated scores as well. It's Alexandre Sideris who takes that top spot from Switzerland. Like we say, national champion for the past 3 years, and he's coming to Simple Session wanting to do something big. Felipe Manarim just in behind him with the 71.33 as well. So a brand new top 2, and we head into this jam consisting of Andrea Yogi, Chris Canuts, Andreas Taru, and Jan Bissans. Just a heads up as well for people in the chat that have been asking about K-Rob Jr. He did take a crash in practice and he went to see the medics. He apparently is being advised to go and see the doctors, and he said no, he's hyped to go. So we will see. He's in Jam 12 later on. We will see. There's a chance that he may not ride because it sounds like he did go down quite hard, but it sounds like he's cool. He's kind of all good in the grand scheme of things, hopefully, which is great. So sending love to K-Rob Jr. and we will see what happens. See it when Jam 12 comes around. Andrea getting us started though. Taken to the street section of the course.
There's that Indian out of the opposite double peg, opting to stay mostly around on the central section, the rails and the more street styled obstacles. First person we've seen go up the rail with the tooth hanger. Be nice to see that pulled.
15 seconds on the clock. If Andrea hustles, should get something else in.
He should get another attempt at that. A lot going on there. Amazing to take a little crash and then get up and pull one of the hardest tricks of his run.
Andrea Yogi kicking off jam number 3 for us, coming out of Lahti, Finland. But he was actually born on Kardla, which is a small island in Estonia. But he started riding once he got to Finland, so he's kind of repping both. But a lot of the scenes out here in the Baltics kind of merge, because Riga in Latvia is only a couple of hours away. Finland is like a 45-minute flight, so you find a lot of the Baltic kind of scenes merge and the riders all know each other really well. And speaking of Latvia as well, that's Chris Canucks.
Did you see that air he did then? That was a completely original. As he gaps from that, I think the sub-rosa kicker over into the driveway section. Look at that. No foot canter, no footer.
.30 seconds on the clock for Chris.
Sweet no foot can.
His 4th time at Simple Session. And he says that Garrett Reynolds is his all-time favourite rider. Literally was 1 spot outside the finals last year as well. So we'd love to see if Chris can sneak himself in there in Tartu this year.
So unfortunate to land a little back heavy on that 180 tail whip. Super difficult trick.
Looking a bit demoralised, but he has got a 2nd run to make up for it. It is, though, both runs count. I will keep saying that all day, because it is a key thing. If you fall in a run, you have really got to try and make up for it in another, because both are being scored. No throwaway scores out here today, no throwaway runs. So, Andreas Taru, repping Tallinn, super standout street rider, doing it for House of Marston.
Big 360 to start.
Little T-Bog transfer over from bank to bank as well. Just making it count rather than riding across the park. Let's just get something else in, hit a little gap.
Nice little wall ride on that sub box. Tail whip almost landing manual. Not sure if he meant to do that. Cookie grind. Up the rail, suicide no-hander. Looked like he wanted the ice up along the flat and down the section. That would have been a great end to his run, for sure. I've seen anyone else try that this weekend.
And he's letting those final few seconds tick down. And Jan Bissans, coming from Hanover in Germany, is looking ready to go. What tune do you reckon he's listening to, Baz?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, which one? shake it off, I reckon. 100%.
Well, we'll know
Certified
more when we
banger.
see his run.
Absolutely. Oh, the 270 straight in.
4-piece bars. Easy 180 out of that wall ride, back into the quarter. Little crank flip. Beautiful tire slide to 180. Can't doubt he's got style.
Yeah, big old T-Bog transfer there as well. Popular from that bank to bank, the toboggan today. Oh,
What?
Come on.
Bar spin to X up to tire bonk 360.
Jan really bringing the creativity in this. Something the judges are definitely scoring on. Oh, come on.
Just looking for the flip to manual. So that was a bar spin to X up ride along that section, that flat section, and then he bonked his tire and kind of 360'd out.
Larry Jimbob saying, it looks hard to generate speed here. It's a tight course. I feel like it's a course you can definitely go fast around, but it's hard to hit everything when you are. So when you see guys that are managing to get great runs in whilst keeping that speed up, the judges are going to be loving that today.
Well, the problem is you've got to slow down for some of the tech moves.
Yeah.
And you don't want to slow down in the early stages of your run, because then you're going to have to try and find the energy to pick speed back up again. The way to do it is to start off fast and kind of end the final third of your run on the slower section.
Yeah, mellow it out a little bit.
But because
in terms of speed,
because the runs are seeming longer because the course is smaller, so
yeah.
It's going to be a tough one for some of the top guys to negotiate their way around the course.
But also means that, yeah, if you've been strategic about it, you can really get a banging running, because you can fit in so much in that minute if you've planned it out. Going to the top of the bill again though, Andrea Joggi from Lahti in Finland. Doing it for Stone Street.
He's got a big pop, this guy. We saw with that Indian out of the peg grind. Definitely in full control of that street whip. Nice little nose wheelie. Big 360 out of the double peg grind along the flat section. He showed how much of a good pop he had, the way he yanked it round. So unfortunate to not get that tooth up, the hanger. I think the judges would have really appreciated, you know, the tooth hanger up that.
Yeah, definitely
rail.
An original standout trick from his run there.
He had the pop to do it.
Yeah. His third time here at Simple Session. We'll see what score he gets from the judges. Someone no stranger to Simple Session though, Chris Kanuks, representing Latvia out here today, dropping in, looking for a bit of redemption on that first run with the whip over, kicking things off.
There's that original transfer from the box jump landing into that skinny little Sabrosa kicker. Late no footer over the box jump. Just needs to find something here in the final 20 seconds of his run. Sometimes your mind can go a bit blank. There's that up rail to tail whip.
10 seconds left to go for Chris Kanuks. What's he got for us? A better run this time around, for sure. He was looking pretty despondent after his last one. Hopefully happy with that. Taking a big spill, but that was after time. Smiling, having a good time.
Another thing you have to take into consideration is, you know, the rail tricks take a lot more energy, and so you ideally want to be doing those at the end of your run, but that's the time when you're the most tired.
Right.
You know, you're panting, you've not got a lot of energy left, and you're trying to pull up, get pop for some of the bigger rails. Not easy.
just before Andreas Taru comes in as well. I have confirmation, you guys in the chat at the moment are going to be stoked to hear that K-Rob Jr. is going to be riding. He said no to the doctors. He's like, I'm going in and I'm hitting it. So jam number 12, our final jam of the contest of qualifiers today, K-Rob Jr. will be in there, which is great. Good to hear that he's all right, because it did look like a big old slam that he took. Andreas Taru in right now, though. Street rider working that middle section of the course right now. 30 seconds still on the clock for him.
So unfortunate to slip a pedal on that 180 whip. G-turn, just, again, touching his feet on the floor. There's the G-turn. He'll be happy with that. Double bar spin. Garrett Reynolds style. Can he finish with something here? There's that 180 whip, no energy left.
And that is time for Andreas, our final rider of jam number 3. Doing it for BSD, Kunstform and Sport Import. Coming out of Hanover, this is Jan Bizants, hitting the course with so much energy to open things up. Whoa, taking that to fakie down the quarter as well. That is a big quarter to go to fakie on as well.
He caught some good grind on that pedal there, and you could hear it. Pull up bar manual. Super original rider. Just slipping feet. His feet on his pedals on that wall ride 180. There's the pedal grind, nice and smooth. He's got his own flavour. Excellent, wall ride to 540. And I don't know how he's doing that backflip and almost landing manual on that step-up box. The way it's got that upward-facing landing is super difficult to get the manual.
Aidan saying this guy rips.
I agree. He brought his own style for sure.
And Chase as well in the chat saying, I wish I was as good as these guys on my bike. Keep riding, Chase. Make simple session your goal. And that right there is going to be time for jam number 3. And let's get into some highlights. Baz, take us through this.
That was like his best trick of his run. I'm so glad he pulled that. Look at it. This guy had plenty of pop. There's that long peg grind across the flat section. Pulls up with huge pop for the 360 out. Peg grind to bar spin. There's that whip over the central section. Big 360. And that suicide out of the grind. And I think this is the double bar in true Garrett style. Catches the first one, throws the second one. Look at that tire slide. Reverting out for the 180. There's that bar spin to X up ride, the bonk 360 tire out. And look at this. Pops up onto the sub box, puts the pedal down. Looks like he hasn't quite got the balance point. Pushes on that left pedal and then goes fakie. Did not expect the fakie out from that.
That is a big quarter. The angle really shows it as well. And the gap in the middle is actually quite tight. When I first saw the plans, I thought that gap, that channel gap, was going to be a bit bigger. But yes, it's quite a tight gap to kind of thread the needle between, to pop back in fakie like that, to pop back in blind.
Yeah, it gets real hairy when you see the guys airing that quarter real high too.
Yeah, you kind of got to go straight up, straight down, right? Like Absolutely. You can't have any travel on that. There we go. Breaking into the top 3, Jan Bizants with a 66.66, Andreas Taru 51.83, and Chris Canucks 49.58. Andrea Yogi with 48.08. So we've got a couple of riders already into the 70s right here. What is that cut-off score going to be, do we think, to get the top 15? We're going to have to wait and see. In jam number 4, though, we're going to get things going with Chris Patrick Tilk. We got Sasuke Hayata. We got Robin Kachfi and Yuma Oshima. Chris Tilk, legend in the game, videographer, as well as riding his bike to an insanely high standards. Representing Panu.
Great to have riders all the way from Japan here in Estonia.
Yeah. Pretty sure we saw Chris at the Simple Summer Session a number of years ago in Latvia. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was riding there. Sometimes the years blur together. Oh, kicking off in a huge way.
Half cab into the quarter section to start.
What a way to open up run number 1.
It's a big gamble, that one. Could have easily gone wrong.
Oh my word. 15 seconds in, getting super tech.
Very solid start.
Showing up for his home crowd right now.
Did you see him hook up on the rail then, on that truck driver? So lucky to not be affected by that, but just bucking himself on that middle section. There's a crooked grind up the rail. Just lost his momentum here.
Shaking his head, just got to keep it going. He's had an amazing start. Just got to get himself back in the game. Oh, just stepping off.
He'll be bitterly disappointed because of the way he started. Started so well. Brilliant start to his run. Just not having the experience to finish with a bang. Well, he finished strong, started strong, just got a little bit unfortunate.
A little bit in the middle. But if he can put together a full ball for run number 2, could well see him getting a score that he's happy with. Sasuke Hayata coming in from Japan, 13 years old, part of the next generation of BMX riders coming through, doing it for we the people, and an all-terrain ripper.
So cool to see the next generation shredding so hard on that 18-inch BMX. Stomps that tail whip. Nice peg grind to crank flip out. Tail whips the driveway. 540. Wall ride over the 2 quarters.
Looking like he's going to get back into some of the streetier elements of the course. Still 20 seconds left. I'm always shocked when I watch a run like that where you've seen so much, and then you're like, he's still got 20 seconds on the clock to get more in.
Yeah, as we said earlier, usually when you've got the bigger course, you can mop up some of that time just getting across to different sections.
You're hoping that you might have a bit more time. Sasuke Hayata. Doing it for Etnies as well, just 13. Really making it happen out here at Simple Session 2024. If you are just joining us, it's James Threlfall and Baz Keep with you right now as we enjoy what is kind of like just basically a big hangout of watching hours of BMX right now. So wherever you are in the world, hope you're enjoying. Get involved in the live chats on YouTube, both on Simple Sessions YouTube and on the X Games YouTube too. Both are going off. Let us know where you're watching today. Let us know who you're enjoying, who you're backing.
Stylish Indian seat grab air.
Oh, just getting caught up on the end of the rail there.
Should I say Superman seat grab? Definitely around 6 or 7 feet out of that quarter pipe. There's the whiplash.
Ah, it's just kind of come undone from that slam for Robin. 20 seconds to try and get back into it.
What's he going to opt for? Pick up the pace or head to the central section? Opting for a flare super low down on that flat bank. The mini flare. Kieran Riley special.
Shouts to Saucy, who's watching from Bali right now. Big love. And people in the chat as well that couldn't get tickets, completely sold out this weekend. Sorry that you didn't manage to get here, but be involved in the chat. You are part of the crew watching right now. Yuma Oshimo, 22 years old, from Yokohama.
Big style with that knack over the box.
Hitting so much speed.
Big wall ride over the sub box. Nice gap to grind, keeping his speed. I like the way this guy looks with the longer frame. Nice 360. Hand plant, sub box stall. Big 180 transfer. We've not seen that all weekend so far. Truly original.
Time to sneak in one more for Yuma. One of the great names coming from Japan's thriving BMX scene right now. He's absolutely buzzing. Definitely bringing the vibe. Second time here at Simple Session. I'm really putting it down on run number 1, heading back to the top of the order for heat number 4, Chris Patrick Tilk. We saw on run number 1, he opened in a huge way, came undone a little bit in the middle section, kind of got into his own head, stepped off a few bits, and then managed to get back into it. So let's hope run number 2 goes a bit more smoothly for him, because he's definitely a rider with a lot of potential. Aidan Keller in the chat saying, I want to plan a trip with the homies to come out to Simple Session next year. Would be so sick. Well, Aidan, it's the 25th anniversary next year. We're back in the arena that you may well have seen Simple Session in for many years in Tallinn. It's going to be a big one. Loads of stuff going down, and there's so much stuff outside of the contest that happens at Simple Session as well. So definitely come and get involved. Some great parties as well. Not that we'd know anything about that, right, Daz? We're very responsible people. Chris, absolutely going for it.
Just opting to start his run with a truck driver from the top section down into the course. Landing flat, but just got bucked off. Hard on the psychology to take a crash on the first trick of your run. You have to dig deep. Looking really good on the central section.
Ten seconds on the clock for Chris. Let's get this done. Whoa, getting tech there. You can hear the Estonian crowd giving him loads of props for that.
Looks like he wants more.
And a crowd favourite. being loved in the live chat as well. 13 years old. Shredding the streets and the ramps. Sasuke Hayata.
He looked very nervous in his first one, and now he's got that out of the way. He can come out here and really make the most of this.
That's where it's tough, though, with it being both runs count. You can't afford to have those nerves, but he still managed to get it together. Still managed to put together a really strong run.
Big kickflip over the driveway. Nice tail whip.
Shouts to Daryl, locked in from Jamaica as well. 10:30 a.m.
I wondered where Daryl was.
Big love. Yeah, not that Daryl.
There's the 540.
We'll have to message Daryl and see what he's up to. I'm sure he's watching somewhere. Big love to you, Daryl.
Excellent 180 bar spin. Definitely improved on his second run. There's that bar fakie.
Judges definitely want to see you doing some slightly different things as well in your second run versus your first, maybe switching it up a little bit too. Sasuke managing to get that done.
Kickflip fakie, and then just sliding off on the 180 right in the dying seconds of his run. I don't think it's going to matter too much to his score.
No, that won't hurt him too much. It's always best to fall on the last trick if you can, provided it's not the big one that you've saved, right? Like, rather than it be interrupting the middle of your run, you've only got a minute out there.
That's a statement. It's best to fall on the last trick of your run.
Exactly. Heard it here first. Put it in a book. Quote me.
60 seconds.
Stylish tail whip to start his run. I love that. Alley-oop 360. Pulling back on himself. To the quarter pipe. There's that big Superman seat grab air. Straight into the pedal grind across the whole rail. So cool to see riders going from a Superman seat grab air into a pedal grind. 10-5 over the driveway. Long pedal grind, hopping over at the end.
15 seconds. Come on, 10 seconds on the clock.
That's a tough one. The low flare at the end of your run when you've got, no energy, nothing left in the muscles.
You need that pop, but the legs just don't want to do it. Robin Catchfee from Mannheim. And our final rider of jam number 4 definitely brought the vibes in run number 1. He's having a great time. Coming out of Yokohama, Japan, it's Yuma Oshimo. Doing it for Zen Distribution.
Starting off with the box jump, it seems. Oh no, heading over the driveway. Into the quarter. Huge 180. Wow, really rolling the dice there. Trying to land fakie on a huge box jump right at the beginning of your contest run. Not an easy feat. Stylish little seat grab. Picking the pace back up again. Look at that, Fufanu on the back rail.
Just slightly slipping. Got to be so precise on there. But again, we talk about switching things up from run number 1. Oh! He's got 15 seconds if he still wants to get back round and get that.
Just didn't quite have the speed, did he?
Yeah, needs to get up and onto it to be able to hold it.
Quite an awkward run up.
And getting it done, come on! Yuma Oshimo absolutely buzzing. You can hear how crazy the crowd had gone for that as well. What a way to get it done. Jordan Godwin showing him love there at the back as well.
Oh, there's nothing better. Nothing better than, you've been thinking about that trick all night, possibly all week, and then to stomp it in your run when it counts, everyone cheering for you, your friends, family watching at home. travelled so far for that, and to get it done,
what a way to finish.
Nothing
heat
like
number
that feeling.
4, right? Man, huge. And that risk versus reward as well. It took him a couple of goes, but to then stomp it, the judges aren't going to care about the ones you missed.
Yeah, he didn't care. He just wanted to get it done.
How was that truck driver to almost accidental rail rides that you're on about? Let's take a look through some of the highlights.
That was
Hilkin
sweet.
at the moment.
And the young Japanese rider really doing well out there with that nice tail whip. Had a great second run. There's that bar spin over the rail. Crank flip into the bank. And look at that big Superman seat grab air. Back into the tech section. Hang 5 all the way across the driveway. And there's that lovely pedal grind, pushing on his right pedal to flick the back wheel over at the end. And a personal favourite, knack over the box. And there was that big 180 transfer going all the way over the rail and into the blue Red Bull quarter. This was that big Fufanu, just catching his tyre in the braking point. Surprised he got it himself at that point.
Ramel Williams asking in the live chat if Garrett Reynolds has ridden yet. He has not yet ridden. I'm just looking for which jam he is in, but he is coming up in, I can confirm, jam number 10. Andy, announcer for today, and our judges up there, Bart de Jong, Marcus Wilk, and Tom Sillins. And let's see what this does. Yuma Oshimo breaking into the top 4, 59.16. Susuke Hayata, the 13-year-old, 56.50. Chris Patrick Tilt not too far behind with a 54. And then Robin Catchfee with a 41, putting him down in 16th. So confirmed that sadly he does not make the final 15 today. Heading into jam number 5 though. We've got Alvaro Esquivel, Filipakos Baf, Andrew Nestorov, and Rihards Brinkis. Coming out of Riga, Latvia. Big jam. And as we go on progressively, you will feel that energy turn up as well. Riders reacting to what they've seen before, knowing what the level is, where they need to step it up to.
Yeah, it can feel like eternity sometimes when you're waiting to go. Watching everyone go out there and kill it, nervously waiting.
When you've been riding, Baz, do you prefer to go earlier or later in the contest?
There was a time they did it in alphabetical order.
Really?
Baz Keep would go.
Oh, mate, you were opening all of them.
In the first heat, yeah. I do like that. You get it out the way. Nice down whip to start his run. Oh, he's really 180.
Did you ever get to a point where you were like, actually, it's Sebastian? I will go later, thank you.
Yeah, however I was feeling on the day.
see whether you're Baz or Sebastian that day. Oh, huge start.
Started really strong here, hasn't he? Look at that. Whoa. Switch 180 bar spin from the small Subrosa kicker. Tail whip fake, he just... And that's where experience comes in, you know. You've pulled 90% of your tricks in your run, and it's the unnecessary tricks that, you know, you end up dabbing a foot on that you didn't need to do. He's recovered well with that hang 10 over the driveway.
Yeah, he's straight back in. Hasn't knocked his confidence. Maybe because, like you say, it was just one that he's thrown in as well. It's not a major trick. It's like, okay, cool. You know, I've dropped that one. But it's sweet. I was just throwing that one in for a laugh anyway, basically. A great start there for Alvaro Esquivel. Coming out of Costa Rica, 3rd time at Simple Session. Placed 15th at Simple Session 2022. Trying to make the top 15 to go through to tomorrow. Heading over to Athens, Greece now for the best trick winner at Simple Session 2021, Philippakos Baf.
Wow, beautiful tail whip. It's like a Chase D-Hart style. Catching both feet exactly the same time. Spin into the bank, tuck no-hander.
Super strong rider with great pop as well. Oh, just about managing to get the ankle out of the way. I think looking to switch things up from the pegs across. Maybe not quite getting what he wanted there, but taking the 5 to fakie down.
Big 540 that with low speed. Did well to get it round. Stylish downside tail whip.
Nicole locked in from Greece at the moment saying, go Baf, go.
Opposite ice down the kink rail. Should I say rail with the kinked end. Solid run. Really enjoyed that downside tail whip he did on the box jump. Caught it perfectly.
And we hand to Andrew Nesterov, coming out of Ukraine. Incredible street rider, but also definitely not scared to go big.
He's been enjoying himself all weekend. Really good riding yesterday in the street section of the opening of the new skateboard park here in Tartu. Embracing the box jump with that turn down.
Yeah, this is it. Street rider, but just going, okay, cool. Judges, check this out. I've got some transition moves as well. The 180 whip.
Big truck driver. Stomping that technical peg trick. Solid start to his run. Peg grind to 180. He's got 27 seconds left. Lucky grind. Switch bar spin. Opposite tail whip. Big flare.
3, 2, and then it's time.
It's a solid run, no real mistakes.
Andrew Nesterov getting it done, just 20 years old. Shouts to Sabrosa as well, saying loving the stream, guys, watching from Orlando, cheering on our boys Philip, Salt and Matt. So stoked for the Sabrosa best trick, killing the kicker as well. Yes, big love to you guys. Thanks for supporting and being a part of Simple Session 2024. And yeah, also very hyped to get into the best trick.
What's he listening to, James?
I think also Taylor Swift. I feel like it's exclusively Taylor Swift out there today.
Crooked grind to over.
Rihard's kind of one of the new generation, coming from Latvia right now, breaking through. And it's great, especially if you're a rider from the Baltics. Like, Simple Session is just the perfect platform to come out and kind of show what you're about and show what you've been doing here to the rest of the world.
Such an opportunity for these new riders to earn themselves a spot in the BMX scene.
Yeah, turn some heads from the international brands. Everyone in the scene is watching, so if you can go out there and kill it, you can really pick up some attention. Rihard's doing a good job of that at the moment as well.
With that over to tooth grind down the rail. And there's that switch pegs 180 out to finish his run.
He's actually a wildcard pick for this year as well. It's his second time riding, but he picked this up during the jam on Wednesday, the street jam. So another person that has only known they were riding Simple Session for a couple of days and has had to come and get used to this course and turn it on.
Very impressed with this guy. Alvaro, second run. Look at that, starts off with the down whip, just about catching the pedals. He's really in control, going fakie. Not an easy skill to master. There's that double tire ride over the rail to the bar spin out. Big opposite bar spin. And that is fantastic, that opposite 180 bar spin.
Getting so much done. And halfway through, the whip to fakie, getting that done.
Yeah, he corrected it from his first run. Good to see. Crooked grind 180. This is a really exciting run. Look at that. Hang 10 across the whole driveway. Can he finish with something strong here? Nice 180 nose wheel across the whole course. Super in control on that fakie with the whip.
Just about hanging on there and getting it done. Look how empty is the crowd, absolutely loving it.
I mean, to get that done in the last second was really special.
Yeah, and the judges will love that as well. Like, okay, cool, you thought this through. I mean, maybe it was a happy accident, but it certainly, like you say, it was definitely to time. You got that in there. His third time out there, repping Costa Rica, doing a great job. Big love to you, Alvaro. And we head to Filipakos Baf, aka Hercules. Easy to see why. He's a strong dude with big pop. Saw that on the 3 over the wedge gap there.
Those tail whips are sublime. The way he catches the pedals, both feet. Not many people in the world can do a tail whip and make it look that good. Chase Dehart style. Look at that, the way he gets over the front end. Really impressed with this guy. Just under rotating the 540.
Still 20 seconds though. If he hustles, he can get back in there.
Hopefully we'll see that down whip again. Could watch those all day long. Taking on the middle section. Pegs over.
5 seconds to go, he's calling it there.
You need to have a plan. You know, you need to have a plan for when you crash and how you recover.
Yeah.
You can see you run out of steam. Demands so much energy, this kind of riding.
That was my problem, Baz. I never had a plan. And I could never recover. To be honest, I never really got started, Baz. That was the problem.
After crashing your first trick, yeah.
Yeah, usually. Oh, dude, there was one simple session. I was trying to open up with a big hip transfer. And yeah, fell on that and it was over. That was it. That was flew all the way to Estonia and it was game over from trick 1
Thanks
for James.
coming.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Had a great time though, so come back every year. Right. Let's get back in. Andrew Nestorov, yeah, nice big whip transfer.
Nice truck.
Love a truck driver, man.
We saw him pull that in his first run. I like to see that urgent to get back on the bike. He knows he's got a third of his run still to, well, a half of his run still to go.
Poinaru is giving your whips props in the chat, Baz, saying you've got great whips, so.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Not quite on the Chase Dehart length, but, you know, we try our best. Nice flare. We got a bit unfortunate in his second run.
Andrew Nestorov making that 1 minute count, representing Street Culture magazine out here at Simple Session 2024, and our final rider of jam number 5, Rihards Brinkis, 22, coming out of Latvia, just a couple of hours away from here in Tartu, Estonia. Yeah, really one of the new names coming out of the Baltics right now.
I like the way he did the nollie bar on the driveway. There's the crooked over. Got a lot of bike control. Nice tail whip over the driveway. Again, a nice stylish truck driver. Bar spin over the whole driveway as he heads towards the box jump. Nice little kick out.
Lovely shape on that. Picking up some speed from the big Red Bull quarter.
See the X up ride with speed, bar spin to X. Quite a few riders embracing the X up rides and the X up grinds. Tooth hanger. Having to dive into that nice and steep to stop the back wheel hitting the box.
Wow. Just stepping off the last trick. But a great showing for Richard Sprinkis. Coming out of Riga, and that is our final run for jam number 5. Let's take a look at some of these highlights. Bring in the vibes, Alvaro.
Look at that, 2 tyres on that round rail. Super difficult to get the tail whip off. There's that switch 180 bar spin. And look at that stylish tail whip. Look at the way he catches the pedals there. Both feet just clink perfectly on there. Switch hanger. I could watch those tail whips all day long. There's that truck. Quite a unique looking flare. And there's that Lucky. Bar spin to X up on the quarter. Little nollie bar spin. Slow bar spin, turnaround air.
Judges deliberating the scores from there. Are we going to have people breaking into the top 3? Where we started with some bigger gaps in scores, you can expect those to fill in as we progress through the heats today. 12 heats to get through, 5 down. We have a lot of riders to go. People trying to get into the top 15 to go to tomorrow's final. And in the top 3, in second place currently, Alvaro Esquivel, 73.00. The crowd were loving what he was doing. He was loving what he was doing. Hopefully that'll be enough for him to make it through. Andrew Nestorov as well, 63.33 in 5th place. Filipakos Baf, 54.66, and in 11th, Richard Sprinkis out of Latvia, 53.08. A really strong showing for heat number 5 at Simple Session 2024. And jam number 6 is going to be a big one as well. Maxim Orsini, Kristen Poda, Saul Villar and Talis Virpalu out of Estonia. A lot of the Baltic riders representing in the earlier heats here at Simple Session. And like we've been saying, make sure you're involved in the chat if you are watching with us today. Let us know where you're watching, let us know where you're at. Wicked to see you all chatting as it goes along, showing appreciation, showing love. So many messages coming in. Brendan saying, let's go, Saul. Sursa Brosa as well. Saying we're about to see a show. Maxim Orsini from Marseille in right now, though. No stranger to some of the biggest contests in Europe, though. Rides Feast a lot. Doing it for Radio Bikes. Hitting with so much speed already as well, Baz.
Yeah, he started with a lot of energy, hasn't he? Look at that big 360 tail whip over the box jump. We've seen some big airs already. Nice little bar spin air. Whoa, what was that? Bike flip? That caught me definitely by surprise. Started really strong. He was going for a bike flip.
15 seconds if he can try and get one more in. He's waving it off.
Come on, you got one more hit on that.
This is the problem when it's both runs count as well. You don't want to be waving away time. You want to be taking it because you really need it.
I think the crowd would love to see the bike flip.
Yeah, I mean, huge. One of the standout tricks of qualifiers so far, if he can pull it.
Absolutely.
But this isn't a best trick contest. That is the key thing. You've got to be putting together both runs. You've got to be scoring high. Kristen Poda coming out of Tartu, Estonia. Definitely one of the best park riders in the country. Loves a spin as well. We're going to see it. Just double whip. I say just a double whip to get it going. Just a double whip over the box.
Clean double whip. Nice tuck no hand on the quarter. There's another double whip.
Oh, getting it done on the quarter as well.
Looking really at home on the bigger section.
Definitely want to see some of those spins. There we go. Nice flare transfer.
Embracing the feeble grind.
Loving the luminous gloves as well, just in case you couldn't quite see where he was on the course.
Switch whip, switch air. That's a technical one. Oh, X down.
Ethiorim on the live chat saying, this guy reminds me of Chris Doyle. Similar kind of vibe. We love a bit of Chris Doyle as well. Legend, has been out here at Simple Session a bunch as well. Had the chance to sit in this booth with him here too. So if Chris is watching out there, big love to him.
One of the all-time greats, that's for sure.
Okay, here we go. We've been told to expect big things from Sol Villar, 17 years old, coming out of Vigo in Spain. His first time ever at Simple Session.
Truck driver to can on the box jump. Big tyre grab backwards over the box jump. Huge air. Take on the wall ride. Going for the gap to grind. We've not seen that yet tonight. All the way to the rail as well. High risk maneuver, that one. You do not want to miss your pegs on a gap to rail.
He's getting it done here. Super young rider, but looking kind of really established, like he really knows what he's doing. He's really thought this run out. Gapping for that sweet combo across the ledge as well.
Yeah, he doesn't look lost. He's definitely done his homework here. He knows every inch of this course.
Yeah, riding with so much confidence as well, though. Coming in for a final hit on the box.
540.
Oh!
Just under rotating. If he had finished with that one, that would have been a magnificent run.
Nate Richter in the X Games, in fact, Simple Session live chat on YouTube, saying, is this a park contest or a street contest? It's both.
It's a BMX contest.
It's everything all at once, Nate. It is a BMX contest. Whatever goes on this park, whatever you want to link your run together as is valid. Yeah, Talis Vierpalu about to come in.
Big alley-oop.
Oh, my word.
Almost going 270 there. Scary 360 tail whip over the box, nearly clipping his peg on the corner of the driveway on the way in.
Getting a little bit squirrely on the first couple of tricks, just needs to breathe. Take it in. Oh, going to flat on that as well.
Really difficult to get that wall ride right, the way you have to pull in on it. It's a long gap. From the wall into the quarter.
He's got an issue with his bike.
Yeah, he landed a little bit flat on the wall ride.
Yeah, has he got a puncture there? That's going to be it for run one for Talis Vierpalu. Representing Tartu, he's a local guy. And he said he's actually recently getting back into BMX seriously. Has kind of been chilling on it for a while.
Probably gave up for a bit, got into cars, got into women. Realised it's not working for him. Good to have you back. Big air to start his run. 360, unlook back. Cuts across the course, big wall ride. He took a unique line to that wall ride. Nice truck drive over the box. Opting to cut across the course. Nice tail whip air over the driveway. There's the bike flip.
He gets it done. That is absolutely huge. The judges will love that. Maxime Orsini showing what he's about here at Simple Session.
What a run.
His sponsor Radio Bikes, I'm sure, will be loving seeing him pull that.
Extraordinary to come out in his second run after crashing that trick twice in a row and pulls it clean, along with some of the original wall ride lines he took. Very impressive run.
Absolutely wild. Definitely one of the standout tricks of qualifiers so far. But he did wave off a chunk of his run and have a couple of falls in run number one, and both runs count. So we're going to have to see what that does for him. Quality over quantity for Maxime Orsini, but definite quality, definite quality. Kristen Hoda back in, tuck no-hander over the channel gap, flip in the box.
Nice no-handed air. Smooth over the driveway quarter. There's that flare in down. Tail whip transfer. Holding on for dear life. Double tail whip.
Loves a double whip.
This run's getting better and better. Got a lot of support from the crowd. There's that super technical switch tail whip, switch air.
Yeah, it's great to hear the Estonian crowd back in their guys as well that are out here.
He's so relieved to know there's only a few seconds left on the clock. Nice hand plant finish.
Kristen Hoda getting it done. So much love for him. Definitely one of the best park riders in Estonia. Bringing the speed and really linking it together. And we head back for Sol Villa and hoping that we see that 540 bar over the box at the end. That will be wild to take that back to Fakie and pull that out. Where are we kicking off this time though?
360 tail whip to start. Goofy-footed rider.
Lovely tabletop.
Nice and high backwards over the box jump. Big one-footed table. Smooth wall ride. Huge gap to grind again. Judges will be loving that one. High risk. Head grind 180. It's a really solid run. As he heads back towards the bigger section. Nice bar spin from the box.
Got to be so precise to land into that little kind of kicker quarter there.
Absolutely, threading the needle. This is a really, really good run, this.
He seems to have timed it out really nicely as well, because I think here he's going to try and work his way back across the park. You can see him trying to conserve some energy.
Maybe he wants this 540.
The 540 bar, is it going to happen?
He's not got enough speed.
Oh, yeah, you can see. Just needed a bit more speed to get that rotation round, clear a little bit further of the landing. It looks like, yeah, to get that round, he's going to have to land fairly flat.
He kind of ran out of time and ran out of course. It was unfortunate. He just needed to think that through a bit more carefully in practice.
But you know what? Like I was saying earlier, Baz, better to fall on the last trick, isn't it? So there we go.
Definitely better to fall on the last than the first. I'd have to agree.
I wouldn't know. I've never made it to the last trick, Baz. Yeah, huge gap to open things up for Talis Viapalu, the local guy out of Tartu.
Huge tuck no-hander in the quarter.
alongside Kristen Poda, definitely one of the most talented park riders coming out of this country right now.
The Estonian rider makes
Perfect flair with the full backflip 180 that was.
truck driver backwards on the
Straight out of the 1990s. That Hoffman style flair.
30 seconds, 30 seconds. Keep it going. Feeble to Smith. With a switch crank. Nozzle press now on bump. No problem, we got more than 10 seconds.
This guy needs speed. He needs a lot of speed to showcase his abilities, and he's definitely run out of that towards the last few seconds of this run.
And that is time!
Really happy with that. Crowd absolutely loving it.
Yeah, huge run from the local talent that is Talis Viepalu here at Simple Session 2024. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
I feel like the riding really stepped up in that heat.
Yeah. We are getting to the point where some huge names in BMX are going to be taking to the course as well. This energy is going to get cranked.
Look at that bike flip.
Speaking of energy getting cranked, look at that.
Perfectly, yeah. There's that double tail whip. Look at that. Very technical one, that one. Switch tail whip with the switch air. A lot going on there. There's the flare, unturned down. And one of my favorites from that heat was the truck driver to can-can, and that big gap to high-risk maneuver with the grind.
You love this as well, that bar spin transfer.
360 whip, goofy-footed. I love the way he was hanging onto that tail whip, catching it both feet on the cranks. And look at that, I love the flare, just perfectly executed with the backflip, full 180.
So let's see what that does to the leaderboards. Getting into the tougher end of this contest for the judges. You can see them really deliberating. Our esteemed panel of judges out here today. Bart de Jong had a crazy time getting over here. I don't know if you heard about that, Baz, but cancelled flights, 6-hour layovers in Helsinki. The commitment to get here from Bart was wild. So big love to him, as well as Marcus Wilk and Tom Sillins as well. Tom, part of Simple Session for a very long time, absolute legend.
Marcus Wilkie, X Games silver medalist. Absolute legend. Definitely knows his way around a park course and a street course.
Which is good, really, because this is both. So, all in one. Yeah, the scores are really being deliberated here. You've got to figure out where everyone's slotting in.
All right, let's clock it down.
It's good to see. It's good for the people at home to see how tough that job is, you know.
Yeah, that judge cam. And it looks like we are locked in and ready to see. So, Sol Villar getting into the top 6 with a 61.91. Kristen Poda, 57.03. Maxim Orsini with a 55.08. In that top 50, may not be enough to make it to final, sadly. With the riders we've got coming up, final 15 going through, and Talis Viepalu getting in 21st place. We have a whole load more coming up for you as well. Jam number 7 on the way here at Simple Session 2024, so do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm going to take a quick little break myself.
Simple Session, baby, let's go. Those guys like to go fast, huh?
Gold rings.
Boys, we got 2.5 minutes left. 2.5 minutes left for all the riders. 0. We got 2 more minutes left only for jam number 7. So the last 2.5 minutes for all of you guys together, and then another separate exclusive 2 minutes just for heat jam number 7. Last 30 seconds of combined warm-up. Last 30 seconds of combined warm-up. Yo, please, light operator, do not play with the light, please. Do not play with the light. Camera, like light operator, please do not play with the lights. Please leave the house lights on. All right, thank you. All the riders, please stop riding. And now, all 2 minutes for only jam number 7.
Simple session, baby. Let's go. Those guys like to go fast, huh?
Yes, welcome back to the Simple Session 2024 BMX qualifiers. I'm James Threlfall alongside Baz Keep. Baz, what a wild first 6 heats we saw out there, right?
Yeah, a really big mixture of different styles, different tricks, different interpretations of how to ride a park and street contest. Yeah, and we still got the best to come.
Yeah, absolutely. A reminder that we have 12 jam groups today. It is, 12 heats of 4 riders in each heat usually. We've got 2 1-minute runs for each rider, and both runs count. It is not best run counts. Both runs are scored, so it is important that they put it down in both of them. And jam number 7 is going to get going with Juna Pajeri. We have Miska Suni, Misaki Terabayashi, and Michael Dixon from GBR getting in the mix as well, coming out of Edinburgh.
Judges are ready.
And we're being told, unfortunately, Miska is not going to be riding out of Finland. Finnish park and dirt ripper is not going to be in today, sadly. But we will have the other 3 riders kicking on with Juna, who is a bit of a street powerhouse, to be honest. Yeah, he's been a bit of a Simple Session regular.
It's always tough when you lose a competitor in your heat. It makes the jam time shorter. Well,
Yep.
it comes around to you quicker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your recovery time is slashed.
Another shout out as well for the live streams over on the Simple Session YouTube and the X Games YouTube. We are live on right now. So many of you getting involved. The messages just flying in. Thanks so much to everyone hanging out and getting in on the chat as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask everyone in Estonia, is everyone back in their seats?
Lots of love for Brazil in there. And Jonas asking, will finals be tomorrow? Yes, they will. Head to the Simple Session website And you can find the full schedule on there in the time for you. Just head to simple.session.ee. So, Joona Pajari coming in from Finland right now. Getting things going for jam number 7. 1 minute on the clock.
Truck driver and an opposite 360 already stomped in this run. Look at that, huge 360. Landing flat from the middle section. Big 180 bar spin. He's in control. Hanger over. Pegs 180, just under rotating.
Oh, it's a shame. That was a really nice little two-piece as well. The real quick land and pop again, straight onto the down rail. 20 seconds still to go, though, for Joona.
So unfortunate to go down on that, but he's got a good amount of time left. Long ice pick grind.
Not sure if he was trying to take that ice pick down as well, but managing to make it work.
Switch hanger. Nice truck driver. You can see a mile off that this guy's got the skills.
Kicking off jam number 7, Joona Pajari. Doing it for Stone Street out there as well. And because Miska Suni is not riding today, we head straight to Misaki Terabayashi. Another young rider coming out of Japan. It's so good to have a few riders from the Japanese scene out here this year representing, really staking their claim to their space in BMX. Absolutely fine as well. Just 16 years old, huge 720.
Yeah, he got really high on the quarter. Gave him so much speed for the box jump, and then he just threw that 7. Nice double tail whip. Hanger on the rail. As the pace has slowed down. Bar spin up to manual. 540, keeping his momentum though. Head grind up, bar spin in.
Yeah, great to link both kind of up and down on that middle section.
Nice 270 transfer.
If you can sneak 2 tricks in on your way across, definitely going to score well with the judges. Just 10 seconds left on the clock for Misaki. Really managing to link it up together. Like we were saying earlier, people asking, is this a park or a street contest? It's both. The guy's showing it doesn't need to be divided up. The lines are blurred. Get both into your run and do what Misaki did just there, and you will score very well indeed. Throwing over, though, to the GT Bikes rider from Edinburgh, Scotland. We got Michael Dixon dropping in. Mum and Dad, Audrey and Alex, currently on the live chat on the X Games YouTube account. Hello to Mum and Dad.
Look at that, starts really well with the bar spin grind to bar spin out. Nice little tail whip. High speed pedal grind. So just got to compose himself. Look at that, nose wheelie to bar spin. Difficult trick to throw right in the middle of your run.
First 20 seconds for Michael looking great here.
I say he just needs to breathe, compose himself a little. 30 seconds left. Look at that big gap to grind.
It's always the little ones, isn't it? Just catch you out, turn in, he's eyeing up the next trick.
Little bar spin turnaround. And that was just unlucky to slip a pedal on that pedal grind.
Still 10 seconds left though. He started strong.
5 seconds. 3, 2. And that is the time for Michael Dixon, boys and girls. Please.
So first half of that run for Michael was great. Really, really strong start. But he's going to need run number 2 just to really lift that score up. If he wants to make it into the final 15, it is a harsh cut out here at Simple Session. Nearly 50 riders, cut to just 15.
It just feels good when you get the run you want, you plan for.
Yeah.
Even if you don't make the cut, if you ride good for yourself and you know that you pushed yourself and it all went to plan, it's such a good feeling. And if you don't, it's a long flight home thinking about it.
Juna Pajari from Finland back in. He is
strong.
Currently as well, rumours have it, sat on an absolutely stacked video part for Stone Street, which is dropping very soon.
That does not surprise me when you see moves like that long ice pick grind across the whole driveway.
Just wanted to get that onto the down rail again, slightly missing it. Linking that up though.
There's that lucky grind, 180 out.
20 seconds as I speak now.
Feeble, quick 360. He's in full control. Ice pick up along the flat. Just run out of steam. And he finished with something here. Hanger, switch.
And that time, right there for Juna Pajari.
Some really promising talent we've seen today. So much experience gained when you first come to Simple Session.
Okay, dropping in, judges.
So this guy,
Bar spin in.
some of the biggest airs we've seen yet in the qualifiers today. Clip in the back wheel slightly, not letting that stop him though. Yeah, huge 7.
Nice.
Taking the T-bog on the big Red Bull quarter.
Huge double tail whip. Brakeless as well. Nice little hanger. See what he's got on this central section. There's the bar spin. Pops up to manual.
30 seconds to go for the Japanese rider.
Head grind along the flat, pulling over. Whip air.
Awesome to see him just like hit with so much speed throughout that massive 7 and then just slow it down a little bit, take it a bit more tech. Still big whip. Transferring over there.
Definitely looks comfortable, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Even on every section, he's looked very comfortable.
So in control. It looks like there's almost more in the tank for Masaki Terabayashi. Maybe playing it a little bit strategic, knowing that both runs count. He didn't want to take major risks. It looked like all of that was very much in his comfortable bag of tricks. Not taking anything away. It was incredible, but yeah, I feel like if he makes that top 15, he can really step it up for tomorrow by the looks of things.
It's a good strategy if you can make the finals.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be able to cruise to finals, you know? Michael Dixon coming back in for run number 2. Started run number 1 really well. His mum, Audrey, in the X Games live chat saying, taught him everything I know, basically how to pedal and fall off. Proud of you, Michael. Yeah, he's taken that and run with it. And he is smashing it out here. Like we say, the first 30 seconds of run number 1 for Michael.
There's that nose wheelie to bar spin every go.
Just chilling on that, yeah.
He looks much more relaxed in this run.
Yeah, that whip. Over the little driveway in the corner as well.
Wow, big gap to crooked grind.
Okay, so it was up here that he just caught his front wheel and it kind of threw off the rest of his run last time. But he's making it count this time. 20 seconds on the clock for Michael Dixon coming out of Edinburgh.
This is a really solid run now.
Looked like he was trying to take that to Manny maybe, unless he just came off.
Nollie whip.
Nollie
whip.
Getting it done.
It's pulled, it's definitely pulled.
5 seconds on the clock because he got time to squeeze one more in. Yeah, beautiful. There we go. That is what Michael Dixon wanted.
He can be very, very happy with that run indeed. He can go out tonight with the boys, have a couple of beers and celebrate that one for sure. Nothing like pulling a full pull out there.
Absolutely awesome.
Some quality bike riders in that heat. Look at that, huge 360 to flat. And then the 180 bar. So much control. There's that feeble 360. Switch hanger. Big lofted 720. And a big flare. Clean tail whips. And I love this. Look, bar grind, bar out. And then that opposite down whip. Gapped, crooked grind. And then that pedal grind up to really quick. No time to think, bar spin out from the Sabrosa kicker. Conveniently placed right there in the middle of the driveway.
For jam number 7.
Aiden saying amazing run from Michael. Sending shouts to Cowie from Melksham locked in as well. Big love to you, my friend. And also Cuba, he's got it figured out, right? Watching at work, money for watching Simple Session. He's being paid to watch this right now. Andy Zeiss there, hosting things today alongside our esteemed panel of judges out here at Simple Session 2024.
Jam 8, please. Benny, Ari,
Okay,
Joji.
we got some heavy hitters coming up.
Please warm up for the next 2.
Alex Hyam is in jam number 8, a personal favourite of mine.
All please warm up. Benny,
Yeah, we saw Alex riding yesterday.
Ariel and Joji.
We are.
Please on course.
Section at the new park around the corner here in Tartu, and Alex was destroying the bowl, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was quite remarkable to see how consistent he was.
Yeah, just throwing out the whip to foot jam whip. First try up on that big old bank.
It wasn't just first try, it was his first run in the bowl.
Yeah, crazy.
Unbelievable.
Warm up. Masaki Terabayashi, I know you guys in the live chat were loving him. He is up into 7th with a 60.5. Juna Pajari, a 58.66 in 9th place. And Michael Dixon with a 57.83 in 10th. So all of them into the top 15. Of course, Miskasuni not riding today, sadly. So all three from jam number 7. Yeah, getting into the top 15, but we'll have to wait and see. We have some absolute heavy hitters coming up. In this jam number 8, we've got Benny Abeta, R.A. Levinson, Joji Mizogaki, and Alex Hyam. Yeah, you can hear there. Andy Zeiss just said, things are heating up, and he is not wrong.
Certainly
It is
not.
about to go off. I'm really excited to see how Alex rides this course as well.
Well,
What he's going to bring.
He's truly one of the all-rounders. You know, he's definitely comfortable on anything that comes his way.
Yeah.
Delivered some of the most incredible video parts the sport has ever seen.
On the big screen, ladies
It's going to be a real treat to watch.
Wild names coming up for you later on as well. People like AK Alex Kennedy, Joe Jarvis, Garrett Reynolds, Jordan Godwin, Alex Donachie, Matt Ray, Boyd Hilder, the list goes on. But this, right now, is Benny Abeta, coming out of LA. They rode in the skate contest earlier. Oh, and just taking a big one on that gap.
Let
to
me
the
tell
rail.
you, if you want a gap to grind on that long rail, you better make sure you get your pegs on, because if you miss, it's going to be a long night. And you know what? He got away with that.
Yeah, glad to see they're all right. There's the 180 to fakie maybe thrown off from that big slam. That is a huge hit. Way to rattle yourself. Oh!
Just absolutely getting beaten out there at the moment. So hard to see. 3 big crashes in a row.
Trying to feel the vibe still, but that is tough for Benny. A couple of really heavy hits right there. Just clipping the peg on the upright of the rail, coming out there.
Yeah, that was
Not what you want.
That was hard to watch, that last
Just
hit
full
for sure.
eject over the bars. Right, Benny, go gather yourself. Come back, you got this. As R.A. Levinson comes in first time ever riding at Simple Session.
His bar spin game is on point. Big wall ride to table.
Oh, look at that transfer, perfect. Spotted the landing on that. Oi!
Jinxed him with that. Just missed his hand on the truck.
It's all my fault.
So scary when you spin the bars and you miss the catch.
Yeah.
Love the Smith to hard way. Down that ledge as well.
Managing to get straight back into it. Got a hydration in his back pocket as well, just in case it's needed mid-run.
5 seconds. 3,
G-turn.
2, 1. And that is time for RJ Levinson.
That was unfortunate because you can tell that guy's got a deep bag of tricks. Just got a little bit unlucky. Hopefully he can improve in his second run.
But now again another badass Japanese rider.
Yeah, really hoping so. As we move over, so many great Japanese riders out here at Simple Session this year. This guy, 18 years old, riding for Federal Bikes. Joji Mizugaki.
That's got to be the highest air we've seen all day long.
My word.
Look at that. Steezing out on that.
Whoa!
Oh, he's getting loose.
Here we go.
Thrilling start to his run.
Kind of just stating his intention from second number 1 of his run. Whoa, look at that.
Dip in the front end. One-handed X up. Classic trick. High backwards over the box. Alley-oop double bar.
20 seconds still to go for Joji.
Lazy 360.
10 seconds, Joji, 10 seconds. And as we speak now.
180 bar spin. Can he pull the roll back? So unlucky.
6 seconds, 6 seconds.
I wouldn't say that's going to hurt him too bad. And sneaking in very quickly at the end.
Truly powerful riding there.
Yeah, really hitting that with so much power and aggression. I mean, he's seen the riders list, right? He knows who's to come, and he's like, I've just got to put it down. I've got to go for broke here. Both runs count. You can't sleep on either of them. You've got to come out swinging from the get-go. And we expect that's what Alex Heim's going to do. The big wall ride to kick off over the hip transfer. Huge tuck no-hander over into the box. Massive start to his run, Baz.
One of the most influential ramp riders the sport has ever seen. So much respect from his peers. Delivered some truly incredible video parts over the years.
35 seconds, buddy, 35 seconds.
Just coming off midway through his run. Good thing about Alex, he's got so many tricks he can just go to whenever he needs them. Look at that, 540, 360 to foot jam whip, sorry. Not getting it, unfortunately. Look at that, 270 pegs. First go on the sub box. There's that 360 to whiplash.
Oh, just catching the back wheel.
And we saw him do that first go during his first run in the bowl at the skate park yesterday.
He's okay, boys and girls. Please let him hear you.
I think he'll have a breather and come back stronger in the second run. You know, once the first run nerves are out of the way, it's much easier in the second run. Got a little bit unfortunate with a couple of those crashes.
Benny, whenever you're ready. Benny's dropping in. Benny's dropping in.
Okay, Benny coming back in.
360.
Took a couple of huge falls, the biggest we've seen in qualifying.
Nice pedal grind. I would love to see him do the gap to grind and pull it off this run. Leg grind up to bar spin.
Hopefully he's just managed to shake off those falls. Come back less rattled, yeah. Getting it done. Taking the 3 to fakie.
That's it, that's it. Take a second to take a breather. Compose yourself. You've got time.
30 seconds just gone, 20 on the clock for Benny.
Big 180 over the rails. Hard way as well. Can he finish with something strong? Feeble 180. A few seconds left.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Yeah.
it's time
Much
for
better run.
Much better run. Benny getting it done. I think can tell probably not what they were hoping to do. Coming out with the intention of the big gap to rail, like you say, I feel like
on the skateboard.
it's hard. It must be so hard to just kind of go, yeah, do you know what? I absolutely ate it, and I'm just going to try that again. That would be great. Oh, and that switch up on the rail just before, that absolutely sent me flying as well. So yeah, fair play to Benny for getting back in and getting it done. Oh, look at that, come on.
That table was absolutely beautiful, I've got to say. Look at that massive gap to ice grind.
Oh yeah, Levinson coming out of Portland.
That tabletop was absolutely amazing.
First time with us here in Estonia and showing what he's all about.
Nice big wall ride.
30 seconds to go.
Wanting to come straight in and turn some heads. 30 seconds into run number 2.
Oh my, that was a gorgeous alley-oop.
20 seconds, Archie.
Bar spin to late turn down, fully clicked. He's got style, he's got tricks, he's got power.
5:40, 10 seconds, he's got a countdown.
Really enjoying this run.
Smith, 180.
Smith, hard way 180, down the driveway.
2. And that is time for the American RJ Levinson.
Great run.
Second run nailed for I Levinson. Just 18 years old. Some great sponsors though. S&M Bikes, Odyssey, Goods BMX, Shadow Conspiracy, Malice. One of the newer names coming in. Hopefully we'll see a simple session for many years to come. Much like this guy as well. Doing it for Federal Bikes, Oakley, Vans, Bern, Monster Army. This is Joji Mizugaki. Height
Just
on that.
pushing the tyre around on the tyre grab. Double truck.
Spread them wings, tuck no hander.
The way he floats that as well. It's like he's just chilling in the air, just waiting for the pedals to come round.
This guy's definitely done 10,000 hours of bike time. Bar spin up, crank flip in.
30 seconds. He still has half a minute left.
Those Sproggan threes are really stylish. Nice one-footed table, over the box backwards.
Judgy getting a lot of love on the live chats on both the Simple Session and X Games YouTubes.
180, go! 8, 6,
The modern rider, the four-piece bars.
2, 1.
Style in all areas of the course.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Free coaster.
Mizugaki.
Very, very impressed with that run.
What a great first showing for Joji.
Hey, Mr. DJ, can I get the music down a little bit? Thank you. Hey, Tartu. How are you guys doing? You hanging in there? Hanging with us? All right. I sense the same feeling and I sense the same emotions from you guys as these guys down here. Now, I know you all came out today to see the sickest and the badass riding, but we've seen 2 crashes today. K-Rob Jr. in practice went down with a double black flip attempt. He's doing fine, by the way. Alex Hyam, that was another story. The good news is he's awake, he's responsive, and he's getting taken care of. However, guys, as you guys feel, I'm feeling the same way. The judges are feeling the same way. All the athletes are feeling the same way. And all the organization behind Simple Session are feeling the same way. So long story short, I think it's in everyone's best interest and in everyone's safety interest to cancel the rest of today and for the sake of the athlete's safety. I want everyone, please, to pay attention to session.ee and on the Simple Session social media for updates. We're going to continue tomorrow after a good night's rest, after you get a bit of motivation, after a good night's meal, and tomorrow is a new day and a new chance, and you see those guys ride qualifying and in finals tomorrow, all right? Tartu Estonia, Simple Session, from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of these guys' hearts. Thank you for understanding. Have a good night. We'll see us tomorrow, okay? Thank you. Peace.
So there we go, hearing from Andy Zeiss, the man on the course there. If you couldn't quite hear that, yeah, we are going to postpone the contest until tomorrow. Hey guys, of course, a huge crash for Alex Heim there, and yeah, as Andy says, you know, the emotions you guys are feeling, it's, yeah, really appreciate the great messages that you've been sending and kind of love that you've been sending, but the feeling is that it would probably be inappropriate to continue the contest today, right? And, you know, like Baz, you've of course seen crashes, and you don't want to just go back out there and ride, and the riders are kind of feeling that, you know? So, yeah, like Andy was saying, tomorrow's a new day. Alex has been taken to the hospital. Andy's saying there that he's awake and responsive, but yeah, it just feels like today we should leave it, and we come back tomorrow. Like Andy was saying, tomorrow is a new day. We've got the finals, but we will finish the jams then. So guys, thank you so much for being with us, and we will catch you tomorrow. Please do join us, and for any information, for updates, please do make sure you're following Simple Session and check the Simple Session website as well, because all updates on contests and how Alex is doing will be up there. So yeah, much love guys. Thank you for your well wishes to Alex. We will all be keeping him in our thoughts, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Simple Session, baby.